So I have a extra credit opportunity for you related to the midterm. So each of you should have gotten an email from me with a PDF copy of your test on it with my little scribbles as to where things went wrong and what was right. Um, anyway, I would like to give you the opportunity to learn from your mistakes. I generally don't do much for extra credit in my classes, but in this, my online classes, the midterm, I quite often will give you an opportunity to go back and look at it again, figure out what went wrong, show me, convince me that you know how to do it correctly. So anyway, here's what I want you to do. For each problem that you get wrong, I want you to do three things. You need to describe what your mistake was. Um, Two, explain why it was wrong. You may give some numerical reasons, some algebraic reasons, some graphical reasons. Explain why it's wrong, and then show me how to do it correctly. I do not want to just see the problem solved correctly. You can watch my videos. I show you how to solve the problem correctly. I want to see all this other stuff. I want to see an analysis that you've figured out why it's wrong so that you won't make the mistake again. Essentially, that's what you got to do. Convince me that you wouldn't make this mistake again because you understand how to do it correctly, why you do it correctly. Okay, I'm going to give you just one example of a problem like that. So this wasn't a problem from the test, but you know, a similar to one. It's, you know, here's a function, find the derivative. You look at it and say, ah, quotient rule. So bottom squared on the bottom, bottom times derivative of the top minus the top times derivative of the bottom. Good. And then I see something that goes like this, and that cancels with one of these, and so you're left with 2x minus, maybe even distribute that in, minus 2x squared minus 6 all over 2x plus 7. Okay. This is wrong. This is incorrect. Why is this wrong? Because we canceled out incorrectly. We had something that looked like 4 times 2 minus 7 times 3 divided by 4 squared. Right? Now, if I actually calculate this, this would be 8 minus 21 over 16. So what's that? 8 minus 21. So it's like negative 13 over negative 16. Negative 13 over 16. But if I cancel the 4's out, so if I say, oh, cancel those 4's out, this looks like 2 minus 21 over 4. So this would be negative 19 over 4. Is that the same as negative 13 over 16? No, right? That canceling somehow didn't work. Why doesn't it work? When can you cancel? When can you not cancel? Right? Explain to me that you can figure that out. You can cancel when the thing you're canceling is being multiplied by the whole top and multiplied by the whole bottom. The 4 that you canceled out on the bottom here, yes, this is 4 times 4. But this 4 isn't multiplied by everything on the top. It's only multiplied by a part of it. It's only times 2. Okay? So this would be a numerical explanation as to why it's wrong. And so then you got to figure out, you know, what to do correctly. It wasn't that you didn't know how to do the quotient rule. This is actually correct before the cancellation. It's just that you did some algebra wrong. Okay, and so that's the thing you got to identify. Was it the calculus you did wrong, or did you do the calculus right and you did some algebra wrong? In which case, what you need to explain to me is why the algebra is wrong. Right? I want to see that you understand what mistake you made, why it's wrong, and how to do it correctly. Okay. If you just left the problem completely blank, well, then you're going to have to explain to me the whole problem. You're going to have to explain what's being asked, how you go about solving it, and then show me how you solve it correctly. If you got one of the definitions wrong, then explain to me what the definition is. Explain to me why we define it that way. If it's the epsilon delta definition of limit, explain to me that you understand that definition. Give the definition. Tell me why it works the way it does. Anyway, if you do this, you're going to write these things up. There will be a link in week 6, the week 6 discussion. Week 6 is where we did the final. no, not in the week 6 discussion, but at the end of week 6, there will be a link to submit your your work. Right? This is a paper. They're going to write essentially essays. You're going to explain things to me. You're going to write full sentences. You're going to, it's not just a bunch of math written down. Oh, here's how you do the problem. I don't want that. In the event that you show me all your mistakes, show me why they're wrong, and show me how to do it correctly, submit your paper. I will give you half the credit back towards a perfect score. So for instance, if you got a 75 on the test, that means you missed 25 points. So take 25, divide it in half. 25 divided by 2 is 12 and a half. I always round up, so that would be 13. I will give you 13 points back, so your score then would be adjusted to 75 plus 13, which would be an 88. Okay. For some of you, you only got a couple things wrong. There's not much work to do, and you just get a little bit back. For some of you, you did a lot wrong, and this is going to be a lot of work, but you could get a lot back. Right? If you got a 50 on this test, and you write this paper to my satisfaction, you've convinced me you know how to do it, then you know, your 50 will turn into a 75. So anyway, if you have questions about what you did wrong, you can't figure out what you did wrong, then ask me. Either come to my office or you know, send me a message or um, submit a question on a discussion, you know, the weekly homework discussion board, whatever, and I'll be happy to help you out. Okay. Anyway, when is this due? Let's make this due on Friday. Why isn't this writing? Anyway, Friday, March 28th. Does that make sense? No, March 18th. March 18th. That's the end of week 10. Due March. Why won't this write? What is the problem? I'm not sure what my computer's doing to me here, but anyway, it is due March 18th. That's Friday, the end of week 10. Okay. So that gives you, I guess, 2 weeks from today when I post this video for you to get this done. Okay. Anyway, convince me you know how to do this stuff and you'll get credit for it. All right.